Oh.
Ken, it was a sensational start. I think you're a bit concerned that you haven't won a quarter in the second half.
I'm not sure that's actual fact. We haven't won a quarter, did you say?
No, the second half.
No, I'm not worried about that. It was a great first half, as you said, and a brave way at the end just to hang on somehow. I mean, look, we acknowledge we'll run to the pump big time and 40-something entries in the second half, but sometimes you just have to find a way, and we've had a really solid start to the season, and we found a way tonight, and that's what I'm most proud of.
What was it in that first quarter? Why do you think you were so good?
Oh, I think we've got the ability to play some exciting football. There's no doubt about that, and we've been able to do that here a couple of times. We'd love to be able to do it for 4 quarters, but I don't think it's nearly impossible. And Hawthorn tonight in the second half, they were able to play the game on their terms, and the coach, including the players, probably got a little bit spooked in the last bit that we just weren't brave enough, probably, and that's not something you say about us too often.
How much is the rider influence at ruck where you know what Logan's always going to give you, but it was always a question of when Westhoff and Trengo went in there, it wasn't quite different, but Ryder seems to have made it considerably different. Are you seeing it that he opens up the midfield?
Oh, well, maybe Trav's best to answer that,
Yeah, I love it. He gets it down your throat pretty well. But no, look, he's been fantastic the last couple of weeks, especially. He's really starting to fit in, and we knew what quality he brought to this side, but we've spoken about what quality of a person he is, and out there he is another leader, and that's what we really like. Look, he adds a fair bit. I mean, he can put it anywhere you want, really, and we've seen that when he played for Essendon. We know what Lobes brings, and he adds that little bit extra as well.
And even in your wildest dreams, could you have dreamt up a first quarter like that?
No, it's an outstanding first quarter football against the best competition you can possibly play against, and they were full. Last time we played them over here, to be fair, they brought an injury depleted team across to play us, and this time they brought their best, and I think we knew that we were going to have to deliver our absolute best. But you're right, I couldn't think that we'd play that type of football against Hawthorn the first quarter.
There were so many reasons why it almost shouldn't have happened. Lyons and Gray to only just 2. So why and how did that?
It's what makes sides good sides, I think, is that sometimes you just have to find a way, and we knew that tonight was going to be one of them nights, and certainly we didn't lack any confidence that the group that we put out there were capable of beating Hawthorn, and we knew it was going to take our best footy though. But at the end of the day, a game of 2 halves, clearly our best footy in the first half against their best footy probably in the second half, and we're lucky enough to be in front at the end.
As good as you were at that. Following on from Richard's question about having the 2 rucks together for the first time, it's sort of new dimension in the forward line too. Like, you've got the 3 big blokes there.
Yeah.
Will Westhoff go back or forward or whatever? Is that common?
Certainly helps. It allows us to be a bit more dynamic forward when we do, and we did use Westy a lot tonight to go back. I mean, we knew we were going to have to protect it at some stage against Hawthorn, because there's not a person in this room that doesn't think Hawthorn's ball use is elite and the best in the competition. So we knew we were going to have to protect that a little bit at some stage. I thought tonight the key part about Paddy, particularly for us, is that we were able to put real goal square pressure on in that first quarter when Lake went down. And we went after that. We'll make no bones about that. We went after that in the box, and we said, okay, he's out, let's go there hard, and let's go there real hard. And we put a lot of pressure on, and that resulted in other goals happening, I think.
Travis, how much did you put on yourself to stand up as a captain today, given the team was 1 and 2 and big questions going up?
Certainly I think our leadership group really enjoy the moment, enjoy the big games, and I thought our whole group was fantastic tonight, and look, I'm just one small part of that. Lobes coming back into that side as vice captain was fantastic again. I think his second efforts were great, and Ebo stood up again, and I could just go on because they led really well, but then followed by our young guys. I thought Chatty Wingard set the tone well early. I think he had 5 clearances or something in the first quarter, and really set the tone for us. So look, I think our whole leadership group stood up, but our younger guys were fantastic as well.
Ken was just sort of talking about the lack of not being brave enough sort of as that margin got smaller and smaller. Can you feel that bravery sort of slipping away late in the game?
Yeah, I think you can. I mean, we were under the pump. I think they just kept kicking it in, and we just couldn't get it out. And we probably as a leadership group need to understand that a little bit more, and then probably challenge each other and take the game on. But look, they were fantastic in that last quarter, and really probably outplayed us.
Travis, it was a hallmark of Port's game last year, the way that you ran out games and finished them. Not so much this year, and certainly not tonight. I mean, does it feel
Oh, look, I think we've had 4 really brutal physical games, and certainly we still pride ourselves on our running ability. Probably hasn't shown it, but they've been really hotly contested games, really fast games, and I think that's put us in good stead. We haven't, probably played as well as we wanted to in the last half, but certainly I think we've been challenged, and I think it's going to help us as a group.
What means more to you in that first half, the way you scored or the way in which you defended to stop Hawthorn getting into the
Oh, look, normally, Rich, I would sit here and say our defence is what I thought, but I thought we just really challenged them offensively, and we were able to do that really well, but we didn't leak at the same time. And I think that's a key, and that's what they did to us in the second half. So we can look there and say, well, when you're playing good offence, it's usually because of great defence. And, you talk about run, and that met the question before about the run. It disappears when you defend all night. And we defended the second half the whole way, and that's what we were unable to get it to break it into our place, or we had to make Hawthorn defend our run a little bit. But to their credit, they were able to hold the second half the way they wanted it.
As good as you were in the first quarter, did you always have a feeling that they were coming to you?
Oh yeah, they're Hawthorn. They won the last 2 premierships, and they've been an almighty side for a long period of time, and they'll still continue to be that. We sit here now really, really pleased about being able to win this game of football. There's no doubt about that, and the significance of it to put us 2-2 is gives us an opportunity now to keep building.
Following up on that, was the response everything you wanted when they came to you?
Oh no, we didn't quite get what we want, because in the end, if people would sit in the crowd and say, even the Port fans, which you look at again tonight, we've got over 50,000 here. That's just unbelievable what we've been able to do from our fans' point of view. But they would have been sitting there going, "Can we hang on? Can we hang on?" And that's what the game felt like. And that's the quality of the opposition. And Clarko and his team, they're just a great side.
Travis, you soaked it up well in those last 20 minutes. What's the difference between holding it in the back and being able to run through to your own goal square?
Yeah, look, I think we really did fight it, and we dug deep right to the end, and I think we probably quick kicked it out and straight to them at times. I think they set up really well, and that made it really difficult for us. And I think the way they set up was made it pretty hard for us. But
So what do you learn from that? Do you learn to be calmer, or you need to have more voice, or you need to find?
yeah, look, we need to control the ball a little bit more. We need to find a mark, and that stops them from controlling the play. But look, they're a quality side; they're always going to come back at us. But I think, as Ken said, we really dug deep, and the fans really got behind us towards the end there. And I think that's 2 weeks in a row we've really had a hard-fought win. So it certainly adds a fair bit to the group.
Have we ever won a game with such an inside 50 differential, 36?
Not that I can remember. No. I mean, that second half was crazy, the number, but sometimes you find a way. I think we had lots of things in the second half that we lost, but in the end we won the contested part of the game, and that's what we had to win. And if we look at the key stats in that area, that was probably the only thing that we held on in. All the rest we got blown off the park, so we won it in tight, and we were able to win some crucial balls, even late, even when the game was up for grabs. So I just thought we stayed strong in the contest against a great competitive team, and we're able to just will away out of that. And great first half, great second half. Who deserves to win? At the end of the day, we do, because we ended up in front, and that's what we deserve.
Can you lose grade, but it gives a greater opportunity to Aaron Young? So what response did you get from him from that game?
I thought the midfield group were really collectively really strong, as I said, in their contest, because we know how good the Hawks are. And Youngie was one. Youngie was one part of that, and he's been waiting for his chance. There's no doubt, and he's played tonight and got 70, 74, 75% of the game, which is a lot of game time for Youngie, considering what he's done in his previous games of AFL football. So he'll get better. We know that. He'll get better with every game he plays, and that's what that's the trick. Sometimes you've got to get him game time, and sometimes as a coach, you sit there and get a bit safe on the boys that you have done the job for you, and we've got to be careful not to do that. I do.
And you decided last week to rest Kane Collins. He's very good tonight, really. How much do you think...
Thought he looked fresh.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, is that a contributing factor? Did it really do him good? Does it vindicate the decision in any way?
Doesn't matter whether for us whether it does or it doesn't, but for Kane, he played good footy tonight, and it's off the back of being fresh. I mean, we played at Etihad, tough. And Kane, we know, was going to have a quality opposition. We had Mitchell planned before last week, to be honest, for Kane, and he was able to come in and do the job really well.
So it's fair to say that resting him paid dividends in your mind?
Yeah.
How you wanted
Oh, well, we managed him the way we talked. I mean, the key message is we managed Kane from the time we decided to play Kane again this year, and it was with well-planned stuff. And sometimes it looks good, sometimes it doesn't look so good. But if you've got something in your head and you're going to back it in, you just got to go there all the way. Don't the scoreboard, the ladder, all those things get you in your mind, get in your way. It was a brave decision last week to do that probably, and in the end of the day, tonight was pretty significant.
Kenneth, how do you imagine that next week's game could ever be anything but special? Has it got an extra edge for you because
Next week?
Phil Walsh on the other side?
Oh, no. Oh, you know what? I just want to worry about tonight. I don't even want to worry about next week yet because we had a pretty good month of footy and pretty tough month of footy. I'll just take a few hours tonight to forget about what next week is just for a minute.
What was your advice to Carlo?
Bobby, don't let Ruffy kick 6. You know, and that was significant, wasn't it, that he's been able to play the game he played. He's been in really good form, Bobby. I think that's credit to him. He's been in really aggressive attacking form and winning crucial balls for us. So he's a great player, Ruffy. Look, I went and watched him last week and watched the Hawks last week, and I don't think he got a goal. No, so I mean there's a great result for us. So last time we played, he kicked 6.
Sorry, Ken. You said the win was significant. How many teams do you reckon are, it's some pretty good teams that after round 1 people were saying, oh, well, there's 1 or 2 teams, that's it, There's probably, how many, 4, 5, 6 in flying?
I'll give you the worst answer probably I can give you. In this competition, there's 18 tough teams to play against, or 17 tough teams to play against. And, we make up with. As coaches, you sit down and players, you go through every week, and you never go into any game saying, oh, gee, this will be a good one, this will be an easy one. You just know that every contest in this competition is so hard, and you're a little bit off, you get beat. We just can't afford to be a little bit. And who are the top? I said during the week, I don't know that it's the right time of the year to be saying who's going well, who's not going well, and what's happening, what's not happening. I think Freo might have a win again, pretty big win or something tonight. So it looks like Freo are going pretty well, and we've been touched up by Sydney and Freo beat us. So it's an even competition. There's sides emerging, as there is every year. There's always sides emerging. But let's wait till about round 10 or 12 and see where it's at.
So after the first month, and at one stage, remember you were Mag Owen was around, but
yeah, he was, wasn't he? Tuan's back this week.
Sydney, who were up there, was the draw always going to be misleading about Port Adelaide at the beginning?
No, I don't think so. I think you actually have to play everyone the same. And, we have 4 double-up games that'll be different. We know every year we have the showdown. So every other time you've got a couple of double-up games. But sometimes it can be important when they appear on the draw. And, for us, I said to the boys tonight before we went out, I said, I reckon you've been perfectly prepared for this game because it was going to be brutal again. And we've been playing 3 or 4 weeks of that. So it's, and our last NAB Cup was a showdown, which lifts the energy a bit too. So I think we've been well prepared for it. And, we pay a price sometimes, but I know that if these boys, people talk about are they running out second halves as well. I'd like to see other teams going through the last month that we've gone through and end up where we are.
This has been a test of character the first month of the boys. Do you think that's something that the boys will call on for the rest of the season when things get tough?
Oh, I hope so. I'm sure they're a really competitive group. We know that we've got to be really fierce every week that we play. We've got to run really hard, we've got to work really hard, we've got to train really hard through the week, we've got to prepare really well, elite for the opposition, and we still know that we're going to have to bring real effort every game. And this team, these boys, they know what it takes to make them play good football, and unfortunately it's not easy. That's what they know.
So what do you think you are, Travis, as a group?
Oh, we're 2-2, Roach, and I think that's a simple answer. I think we've been challenged, and we've challenged sides, and certainly I don't think we're at our best yet. We've still got a lot to improve on, and we saw tonight our best, and we saw tonight not quite our best. So we've still got plenty of areas to work on, but I think over the last couple of weeks we've certainly gained a lot of confidence. I think the way we fighting out games and right to the end, and certainly the results have given us a lot of confidence over the last couple of weeks.
Is there something extra that you've gained this year that wasn't there for the past 2?
I think the way of the teams we've played in the first 4 weeks has certainly given us a lot of confidence. I mean, not quite the results we wanted in the first two weeks, but we've learned from them. I think the way we've played against the best sides, we know that's not going to stand up in the first 2 weeks, and that's what we've learnt. The last couple of weeks we're starting to improve, but we've still got a lot more to go.
Yeah, we're expecting to play next week, but I mean, things happen. But as I sit here right now, I'm reasonably comfortable that Robbie will play next week. No, he had a cork calf, and he had soreness still in it. He trained Wednesday, still a little bit sore. Got there Friday, said if it's sore Friday, we're not going to play, because there's a real risk with those type of injuries that you can make them a whole lot worse. You know, if it's a 1 week injury, let's hope it is. If it's a 2 week injury, it'll be what it is. But, you know, we think we've made a good decision on Robbie to have him available for next week.
Did you sub Palak out because you wanted to sub him out, or
Yep.
have you still got a bit of...
I know we subbed him out because we were looking for someone to take out of the game that we thought was in need of the rest. Polly's carried. There's no doubt he's carried the foot through the last couple of weeks, and we took that. We had Arch sitting there ready, big body midfield that we thought would make an impact, and that was the decision we made. Was Polly's given us a fair bit through the night early.
Whose phone's this one? Went on and off. Lost a little bit at the end there.